What's up guys, welcome back. In today's video I wanted to show you 10 tweaks that I use on a daily basis which I feel like make my user experience much more enjoyable. Some are new, some are old, but I do find these to be really useful and I hope you guys do too as well. I also quickly wanted to mention that I did get this new desk, so I'll be recording on this one from now on instead of the white one, and I hope you guys do like how it looks. Also, if you guys like these types of videos, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the video. So who doesn't hate that annoying alarm sound, right? Alongside with the annoying alarm app. So our first tweak is called Aurore, and let me just go ahead and demonstrate what that does for you guys. So as you guys saw, Aurore just completely changes the whole user experience with the alarm. I mean, Aurore offers so many customization options, which is great because you can do so many things. As you guys saw, you can set music as your alarm sound, and then you guys are greeted with this good afternoon or good morning message. And there are just so many other things that you could customize with Aurore. So let's just go ahead and quickly check those out. So going into our settings here, we could see what Aurore does have to offer. We could see that it has settings for your default alarm, interface customization, clock app settings, and miscellaneous things. So let's take a look at default alarm options. So right here, music link, you could set a specific song as your alarm sound, or you could set a whole playlist. You could see it has fade in options, Bluetooth settings, and just a whole bunch of other customization things. Interface customization, you can see all the things that it offers here. You could customize the way it looks when your alarm goes off. And then going back to the main settings, you could see that it has clock app settings, and then miscellaneous settings as well. So make sure to check Aurore out, guys. This is a really useful tweak and it's still fairly new, but I find myself using this one basically every day when I have to wake up to work. It just completely changes the way I wake up. So instead of listening to that annoying alarm sound, I could just wake up to like a cool, relaxing, lo-fi hip-hop playlist or things like that, whatever you guys like. Okay, so next up we have two tweaks that have been out for a while, but I still find myself installing these every time I jailbreak my device. And these are called SleepyTime and EasyEditAlarms. So let me show you what these tweaks do if you don't know already. So first up, SleepyTime, all it does is that it shows you the amount of time you get of sleep from the current time to the time you have your alarm set to. So let's say if I were to go to sleep right now, I would currently have 8 hours and 22 minutes with 40 something seconds of sleep, which I find really useful because I like to know how many hours I'm getting of sleep before I wake up and have to go to work every day. And next up, EasyEditAlarms is a very simple tweak, but it makes a big difference. So usually you have to click edit right here and then click on the alarm that you want to edit, which is really annoying because say you set multiple alarms like I do and you want to change the times, then you always have to click edit and then click on each and every one of those alarms to change it up. But with EasyEditAlarms, all you have to do is go ahead and click any alarm that you want and boom, you could go ahead and edit your alarm. So it saves you a lot of time, especially if it's really late at night and you have to get those alarms set. So yeah, make sure to check these out, guys. SleepyTime and EasyEditAlarms really useful and they can save you a lot of time. Okay, so next up we have two more tweaks that I use alongside with each other, which I did mention in a previous video that I uploaded. And these two tweaks are called Amandus and MyCards. So let me just go ahead and show you guys exactly what these do. So what Amandus does is that instead of taking up your whole screen for Apple Pay, it just changes it to the small banner. And it does give you a few options to customize the way the banner looks. For example, you can make it into a light mode, which is what I have right now, dark mode, and I think it has a few other options. And what MyCards does is that it changes the image of your bank account card. So you could change it to any image that you want that comes with the MyCards tweak, which is really cool, and together they make for a cool animation whenever I use Apple Pay, which is something I find myself using a lot more these days with the whole coronavirus going on. I want to avoid touching things that multiple people come in contact with throughout the day. So yeah, make sure to check these two tweaks out. They make for a cool animation whenever you use Apple Pay. Alright guys, so next up we have a tweak called DockX, and let me just go ahead and show you guys real quick what it does. So going into our messages here, what DockX does is that it gives you these new functions down here at the bottom where it's usually empty space. So right here you have the option to select, copy, paste, cut, undo, and redo, which are functions that I find myself using a lot. And also if you like to use these functions a lot as well, then you'll find this tweak really useful. So let me just go ahead and show you guys how smoothly this tweak does work. So if you just want to go ahead and select the whole text, you could easily do that. If you want to delete it, you can easily do that as well. Undo, redo, copy, paste, and it does copy it to your clipboard. So you can paste it as many times as you want, and if you just want to go ahead and simply select that all and delete it, then you could do that as well. So this tweak is really useful and it does give you many options to configure from. So going into our settings real quick, you can see some of the options that it does have to offer, and you can also change the functions that it comes with as well. So Going back up to the top here and tapping on manage shortcuts, you could see the stock shortcuts that it comes with up here, which are the mostly used, I believe. And you can see down here at the bottom some of the other shortcuts that this tweak does have to offer. So it does offer a lot, as you guys could see here. So yeah, very useful tweak. Make sure to check this one out, guys. It's called DockX. Okay, so next up we have a very simple tweak, but it's one that I really like a lot. So going here to our lock screen, I usually like to have a simple and clean lock screen. And if you guys noticed, I do have my shortcuts missing, and that's due to the tweak called InvisibleShortcuts. And one cool thing about this tweak is that it hides your shortcuts, but they still are functional. So if I go ahead and enable the flashlight, you can see that it still works. Same with the camera, it still works. So this is a very cool tweak, which I like because I usually don't like having the shortcuts. I'm not a big fan of how they look, and with this tweak I have the option to hide them but still have the functionality available whenever I do need to use those things like the flashlight or the camera. So make sure to check that one out, guys. InvisibleShortcuts. Alright guys, so next up we have Juice, which has been out for some time, but I really do like this tweak because it's never gave me any issues, and I'm constantly installing and trying out new tweaks and themes. So I also had to find a way to quickly respring my device, and Juice lets me do that quite easily. So if I go ahead and tap and hold the battery icon on the top right, you can see that it just gives me a message to respring my device, which is something that I could quickly do, saving me a lot of time. And it also does offer a lot of other features. So just going into the settings real quick, one cool thing that I like about it is that if you go ahead and select a different style, for example, I'll just enable this one, it does change it without having to respring your device. So that's pretty cool. And then you could also change alkaline themes, convert them to your Juice themes, and also it does let you edit a few aspects of the themes that you apply. So if you go ahead and click edit right here, I think you could edit the keyframes. I'm not too sure how to work these, but I think you can go ahead and customize things in there if you want. And one cool thing that I like about it is that you could change the offset of the battery. So if you go ahead and click offset right there, you can see that you could move the battery around, and you could also resize it, so making it bigger. If you want to make it smaller, you can go ahead and do that, which is really cool. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to give Juice a try. Okay, so next up we have AutoUnlockX, and this is a really useful tweak because it gets rid of that swipe up to unlock whenever you want to unlock your device. So simply all you have to do is go ahead and raise your device. And as you guys can see, it unlocks on its own, which makes your device feel a lot snappier, having to avoid that swipe up to unlock. Going into our settings here real quick, AutoUnlockX, you can see that it does offer some features. So if you don't want your device to unlock itself whenever you have notifications, if you have your music playing, or if you have your flashlight on, you can go ahead and disable the tweak by applying those toggles. And you can see right here that it has auto retry. You could add a delay before unlocking your device if you want to do that. And that's pretty much it. But overall, it's a pretty useful tweak, and it makes your device feel a lot snappier. So next up we have a tweak called Pinheads. And what this tweak does is that it gives you those iOS 14 pinheads in your messages, which is really cool. So simply, if you want to go ahead and pin a conversation, you could swipe and click pin right here. And if you want to go ahead and unpin that conversation, you just click and hold and press some pin right here. So a pretty cool tweak, and it does change up the look of your messages. And going into our settings here real quick, we can see what Pinheads does offer right here. Pinheads, you can see that it does give you these options here. You go ahead and set a custom number of columns, center pinheads, hide pin conversations. So yeah, make sure to check this one out, guys, if you want those iOS 14 pinheads. So throughout the video, you guys may have seen this weather emoji up on the top left in my status bar, and that's due to a tweak called status weather. So all status weather does is that it displays your weather conditions up in your status bar. And going into our settings here, tweaks, you can see what status weather does offer. So it has all these things right here. And one cool thing that I like about status weather is the display style. So you can just go ahead and change up the way you want the weather to be displayed in your status bar. So if you want just the emoji or just the degrees or the weather conditions for the day, or if you want all of those, you can go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so last but not least, we have a tweak which I'm pretty sure all of you guys are familiar with, and this tweak is called Prysm. So originally your stock iOS control center looks like this, which is cool, but for some reason I'm a fan of the older control center style. So with Prysm, you can change so many aspects of your control center. For example, this is what my control center looks like right now. So Prysm allows you to customize so many things of your control center. I'm also using two other tweaks, and these are called Serif and Magma Evo. But for one, as you guys saw, to activate my control center, I pulled it up from the bottom of the screen instead of pulling it down from the top right of the screen. You could also change out the layout of your control center, the amount of pages that you want, the amount of modules that you want, and much more. So just going into the settings real quick, tweaks, and looking for Prysm, you can see that it does have so many customization options. So yeah, if you just go ahead and scroll down, you can see that you can customize almost any little thing from your control center with Prysm, which is pretty cool. And also you could apply custom themes to your Prysm modules as well. So yeah, if you guys just want to go ahead and change up the look of your control center, you can go ahead and do that with Prysm. So check that one out if you haven't already. Alright guys, well that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and also to stay updated with future releases releases on this channel. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.